warranties for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. From the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Honnor.
Tuesday, this is TeamMates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. You don't get Demo tonight, but I have a very special guest and co-host. This is Ashton Honnor coming at you here live from the studio. Demo's rocking a speaking engagement out in Wayne, Nebraska. But joining me this evening, like I said, as my special guest and co-host is, and no, don't say that. This one's got a lengthy resume I got to get to. So joining me this evening is 1995 Nebraska Volleyball National Champion, Omaha Skutt Catholic, head volleyball coach, and longtime educator, Renee Saunders. Coach, my friend, welcome. I'm so excited to have you.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to jaunt down to Lincoln on what day is it? Tuesday. Why not?
Yes. And first of all, congratulations on an amazing season.
Thank you so much.
You and your Skyhawks, they're always so much fun to watch. And I spent my last 10 and a half years at the Nebraska School Activities Association. So I've had the opportunity to watch your incredible journey these last 11 years. So let me just throw out some stats here for those listeners. Coach Saunders has taken those Skutt Catholic Skyhawks 11 consecutive state championship final appearances. They've won 9 consecutive titles and 2 runner-up finishes. That's absolutely incredible.
When you say it, it's kind of unbelievable.
It is. You're kind of a big deal.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Just love my job, love what I do, love the kids. And it makes every day not work. Just show up, have fun.
Love what you do and you don't work a day in your life.
It's such a true story.
Also, congratulations. You have just been named to the American Volleyball Coaches Association board as one of their board of directors.
Yeah. Crazy. What am I thinking? Hey, Renee, why don't you do something else? Okay. No, somebody had reached out to me and said, hey, you should think about applying for this. I did. And there was a vote, and now I'm on the board, and I have no idea what I've signed up for.
And you are the high school representative. Is that correct?
The high school interscholastic representative. So I'm not going to lie. I really have no clue what I signed up for, but it sounded awesome. And the AVCA is an awesome organization. And I know volleyball is big across the country, but obviously in Nebraska, there's a true volley state going on here.
Right.
And I think we do a lot of things really well here. So I think it's a cool opportunity for me to get a little bit more involved on the national level and try to help other people out.
Awesome. Well, today's theme is commitment to students, which when I knew, when Demo told me he had this speaking engagement and I got to have a co-host / special guest, I knew right away who I was going to ask. And I was a little nervous because you were right in the thick of state championship week last week. And I called and I left a message. I'm like, I know you're in coach mode right now, but if you can please give me a call back to take your mind off coaching, I have something I want to ask you. So I truly appreciate you coming today and being a part of the conversation. One thing that we always start our shows with is we always recap the last week. And last week, because you'll have a lot to contribute as a coach to this, we talked about success and growth. And we talked about Duke head women's basketball coach Kara Lawson and her formula for success, which is standards plus discipline plus accountability equates to that success. And then we talked about, as a TeamMates mentoring program, we've been around for 33 years. We are in 5 states. We are the largest school-based mentoring program in the nation, and then the second largest mentoring program in the country behind Big Brothers and Big Sisters, which is absolutely incredible. We currently serve 10,000 students across those 5 states in 187 chapters. But since its inception in 1991, we've served over 49,000 students, which is absolutely incredible. So that is a huge success. Thanks to Coach and Nancy Osborne, for obviously TeamMates is a product of those 2 incredible people. So one thing that Coach Kara Lawson said in that formula for success, have you seen her talk handle hard better?
Who hasn't?
I know, right?
If you're a coach, you've seen handle hard better.
Right.
If you're an athlete, you've probably seen handle hard better. So true.
What do you think about her formula for success?
I think it's phenomenal. I think it applies to everybody at every level. I think success it's really hard because I think a lot of people equate success with wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Norris won the state championship on Saturday night, played an awesome game, but I think we still had a successful season.
Mm-hmm.
Trophy in hand or not, at the end of the day, I'm more than happy with how our kids played this season as a whole. Norris, successful season. They only lost 1 match the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Very successful, fantastic team, great coaches, great leadership, great group of seniors.
Yeah.
But I think I could go back to my Omaha South days when I started coaching 23 years ago as a varsity head coach. My definition of success was definitely not wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been making sure kids are in class every day. It might have been, getting to 10 points against Omaha Marion or whatever it might be. Like, are we quitting or are we playing till the 25th point? Success is very different for different people and where you are in your life. I think when you start to equate success with wins and losses, then you get into this rabbit hole that actually makes you feel like a failure. Because most people by those means are not going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at like standards, that's something that you can look at and if you're either doing it right or you're not doing it right.
Right.
Okay. So if my standards to be on time, that would have been really crappy if I would have showed up late today. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I was successful. I was on time.
Yes.
Even though there was like no parking out there. I'm glad I left a little early. Your expectations, are kind of what you expect the kids to do on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And those standards are kind of the same thing. But then you have discipline, which I think is what's really hard.
Right.
Because I think we talked earlier, and I think this is something that is hard for kids to understand. But when you put your heart and soul into things and then it doesn't go your way,
mm-hmm.
the heartache makes you feel like you're not successful, which then makes you not want to do these other things. They don't want the same standards. They don't want the discipline of showing up every day and putting in the work, and they definitely don't want a coach holding them accountable to those items. But I think if you can create a good culture based on those 3 things, that success is a natural byproduct.
As a successful coach yourself, how do you teach and instill that value of success in your student athletes? Obviously, you have a long time coaching career. You've experienced kids who are all bought in, and then you've had teams where you've had to really fight to get them where you want them to be. And they may not have been your most successful teams, but given the different climates of each of those teams, how do you get them to buy into that success?
I think they have to be invested in the process. Like, that's number one. If I want a team to, I don't know what a good example is going to be. There's about 100 good examples, but let's just say our seniors this year redid kind of our culture, and they set what they wanted our standards to be in our program. I think if they're creating the standards, it's a lot easier to hold them accountable, for them to be disciplined in doing it, because it's their peers.
Right.
It's peer led.
Right.
Versus me saying, no, you must do this. You must do this. You must do this. And then it becomes more of a dictatorship than it is a culture of hopefully excellence at some point. Right. But I think when you're looking at certain kids and certain cultures and certain organizations, whatever it might be, you have to have a good definition of what success is for that, where they are in their life.
Yeah.
If you're basing success on if they're 500, or if they win 10 matches or whatever it might be, and then they fall short, then they're going to automatically feel like they're a failure.
Right.
But if you base their success on other little intangible things that you can keep track of and make them feel good about, that they feel invested in and they feel they're a part of the process, then maybe they only win 10 matches, but they competed hard every time. They showed up to practice every day. They kept their grades up. All those different things that play a part into confidence.
Yeah.
That especially for young women is really, really important.
Yes.
Like, we need to have confident young women walking around that feel like they could conquer the world.
Right.
And do whatever they set their mind out to do. And I think that's all created early on in sports, and having a good success model.
I absolutely love a lot of the points that you brought up, because I feel that's easy to translate to like our mentor-mentee relationships that we have. Currently, like I said, we have roughly 10,000 mentors and mentees. And I currently have a 5th grader who is, yes, she's awesome. This student I'm incredibly proud of, because I feel like it's night and day difference from when we started last year, and doing the little things like we're setting weekly goals and kind of, to your point of what does success mean to you? Like last year, she wasn't maybe in the right headspace and behavior issues. And now that we've had an opportunity to like put down what is success to us as a mentor and a mentee, like it is my job as her mentor to help her with her goals, her dreams, and what she wants to do. So we set every week, I'm like, okay, tell me what your weekly goals are. Like, do we have a big test coming up that we need to worry about? What do you have going on in your sports life, your activities? She's extremely involved in sports and activities, which that wasn't the case last year. So like I said, the night and day difference and the positive impact that you as a mentor can have on your mentee is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Go back to my college years. Like, being down here reminds me of it, but I was a mentor for TeamMates for, I believe, 1 year during college.
Okay.
And I just remember meeting up with her. We came down here. I think we watched a movie. I think there used to be a theater down here somewhere.
Yeah. I think, Austin, where are we at?
That way.
That way.
I'm having like these weird deja vu moments. But anyway, no. So I totally get it. But I feel like every time us as adults have an opportunity to inspire young people to like do good, do something maybe they didn't think was possible, then I feel like we're doing a really good job of doing our job
and creating that culture. I want to bring back up that point. I recently listened to a podcast last week. I'm a huge Tennessee baseball fan right now. I really like Coach Tony Vitello, and I recently watched a podcast where he was talking about how the teams create that culture and how he will give them kind of like, obviously you want to win the national championship, but what do we have to do every day to get there? So they figure out that big goal and then they backtrack. And I feel like as you know, as a coach, but you kind of give them what the long-term vision is. And then it's like, okay, what are we going to do every day to get there? And then how are you as a team going to cultivate that culture together? Again, I loved how you said you kind of put it on your student athletes to create that. So that way it wasn't coming from you telling them this is what obviously you have your expectations, but in regards to the culture, those kids have to foster it. And that's the same with like a mentor and mentee relationship. Like both parties have to be bought in to make it successful.
Yeah, it's a cooperative thing, right? It's a collaboration between two people or between a head coach and a team or multiple coaches and all their teams or multiple coaches in the program. Whenever you are trying to achieve any goal, you have to all be aligned in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can lead in the kids in the right direction. We can be like, hey, what are the 5 things that you think are the most important things this team needs to do to win a state championship? Because I guarantee you, Scott Catholic and Norris are not the only 2 teams that had a goal of a state championship this year.
Right.
I mean, I could guarantee probably 20 schools had the goal of a state championship. So what are you going to do differently than all those other teams that have that same goal to put yourself in the best position to succeed when you get to that point? And sometimes it works out. We can do everything right. Everything we say we're going to do. We can live our culture. We can be great people. We can go to bed, eat right. It still doesn't guarantee success on a win-loss level. Right. It doesn't guarantee it, but hopefully it puts you in a better position. And I think it's one of those things where kids, especially, it's hard when you do put everything into it and then you don't achieve your goal.
Right.
And then it's like, well, was it worth it? Well, heck yeah, it was worth it.
Yes, it's worth it.
Because the best part is the journey, right?
Yes.
I mean, it literally is. Like, it's getting better, growing closer as a team, getting better at your skills, making new friends, having memories. Of course, our kids are going to remember the state championship. Our kids are going to remember losing it. Norris is going to remember winning it.
Yeah.
But I hope as time goes on, that's not their only memory.
Right.
I hope they remember all the other cool things they got to do and all the other memories they got to make. And the same goes for Norris. I hope they also made awesome memories along the way and they remember those as well.
Yes.
And so I think mentors and mentees, you're obviously there to help direct someone in the right direction and be a positive role model, but hopefully you're making memories along the way that supplement that.
Absolutely. And that ties us to, like I said earlier in our show, our theme today is commitment to students, which is one of the TeamMates mentoring program's core values. And we are committed to serving our students with compassion and respect. And as we always plug, and I'm going to do it right now, we are always in need of mentors. And it's super easy. The whole process, you were a mentor in college. I'm currently a mentor. All you have to do is go to teammates.org. There's a button at the top of the screen that says, become a mentor. You fill out the application. Our awesome training and services team will go through that application. They'll contact your references, and then you do a training, max of 2 hours. It's super easy. And people are always like, well, I don't know how to talk to a little kid. It's not necessarily a little kid, but I don't know. Like, what do I do with my kid? Like, we will give you the tools to be successful. Like, we'll play games. Reading is huge. Right now, the greatest need for mentors is in grades 3 through 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. With the whole literacy piece. As we know, what happened a couple years ago, COVID, and it greatly impacted that group of kids. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders are in the greatest need of mentors. And we need you to please give the gift of your time. Go to teammates.org, join the team, be a mentor. Talking about commitment to students. You have made teaching and coaching your life's work, which is the ultimate commitment to kids and students. Talk about some of your mentors and how they influenced you to become the person you are today.
Yeah, you sent me these ahead of time and I still have a hard time with it. Like so there's like the educational piece, right? Like I remember a lot of my teachers. Very first teacher I remember was my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Nelson. I have no idea why I remember her as being a great teacher, but she was my all-time favorite, like elementary teacher. And then of course you remember the ones that were like Sister Jean and her coin purse, Catholic school. I was K through 12 Catholic school, and Sister Jean had a coin purse, and I swear it had all quarters in it. But remember different teachers for different things. On the coaching side, Deb Graffington, by far most impactful person for me on why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Like I'd be on trips with her, and I'm like, I want to do this when I get older. Like I want to take my kids to different places to play and create these memories. I don't know where I'm finishing all those tournaments. I mean, I'm 47 years old now, and that was like almost 30 years ago.
Right.
And so, but I do remember how much fun we had. And so that's always been a goal of mine, that no matter what team I have, how we finish our season, I want those kids to have fun, because I think sports should be fun and competition's fun, and winning and losing, though it's not always pretty,
right,
should be fun. And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. So Deb Graffington was a very influential person. Rochelle Rolfs was my high school coach.
I don't know if I knew that.
Well, you know it now.
I know now.
I know who
Rochelle's
your
awesome.
high school basketball coach was.
Yes, you
do. But even like watching these other coaches, like female coaches, and seeing female coaches do their thing made me think, well, why can't I do that? And, and a lot of them were high school, like Sandy Gangrich at Lincoln Northeast and Sharon Zavala at Grand Island Central Catholic. So not all of them I had a direct relationship as I was growing up. Diane Rose, big time looked up to her when I was at Omaha South and she was at GI Northwest. I'm like, I want to be like that. Like, I want to be that coach. I want to be that for my kids. So there's a lot of,
and all those coaches, side note, that you just listed,
they're all like Hall of Fame coaches.
Wildly successful coaches.
Yes. So I'm glad I picked good role models, number one. But then you look at, like, I had Terry Pettit in college and John Cook, is there now, but we have a pretty good relationship. And then Paul Sanderford was one of my basketball coaches and he was very impactful. Jeff Walls, who's now the basketball coach at Louisville, very impactful. I've been really lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm naming all these names and I'm like, God, I was so lucky to grow up with all these different, like, really, really good coaches. Coach Booth at Creighton. I mean, the list can go on and on of like people who have impacted me and influenced how I do what I do now. And there's still people that I reach out to when I need help, or they reach out to me to console me or help me when they think I need it. I love our coaching community in Nebraska in general. The high school coaches, especially the volleyball side, all get along really, really well. We share information with each other really well. We obviously want to win, but we're also very supportive. And I think we're just good teammates for each other.
The word teammates comes up, and then mentor. Your mentors that you just listed, they're like lifelong. And those are relationships that you've had as a young high school student athlete yourself, and then have carried those on with you. I did not know some of those heavy hitting names were like
Jim Miller was my basketball coach.
Yes.
I mean, I could go further back to like Gladiator basketball. I had awesome coaches. I played for, Echo softball, had great coaches there. I mean, I've done sports my entire life. My parents have coached me well all the way through. Mom says it was wiffle ball, a little different, but dad was a Nebraska track athlete, so he always had certain standards that need to be met. And so I was raised in a sports household. I love sports. I love competing. But I love all the different things I've taken from so many different people. And I didn't realize how lucky I was growing up to be around like the Jake Moores and around the Sharon Zavalas and around the Diane Roses and around, Gwen Egberts. Like, I didn't realize how lucky I was to be around all those awesome coaches until I got older. And now I'm the old guard. I always called them the old guard because they were the ones I always looked up to. And then they started retiring. And then I realized that I'm the oldest one in the room. And so, it's one of those things where I'm hoping I pay it forward as much as I can, because I feel like without those people helping me, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Is there one piece of advice from any one of those mentors that really sticks with you and that's something that you carry with every day, not only in teaching, but also in coaching and everyday life?
I don't know if there's any one thing from one of them. There's a couple quotes. I'm a big reader.
Yes.
Duh.
Yes.
Begin with the end in mind, which we kind of talked about when it comes to success. Like, what does success look like?
Yeah.
Begin with the end in mind is one. The other one is mastery requires endless remastery. I do believe that you're not meant to be successful over and over and over again, especially if you do things the same way all the time. That you have to find ways to meet your kids and meet where you're at, meet your kids where they're at in order to achieve your goals. Those are probably a couple of my main ones. Coach Pettit used to always say to not dip my toe on the water and just dive in.
Yep.
I use that probably more now with my kids than I understood it back then.
Do you find yourself saying these things to your kids now?
Yes and no. I feel like the things I say to them is more what I read and listen to.
Okay.
But a lot of what I read and listen to aligns with a lot of the coaches and people I've been around. So I don't remember necessarily because I didn't have them as coaches.
Right.
So
that first segment just flew.
It did.
Listeners, do not go away. We still have a lot of awesome things to talk about here. Joining me, our special co-host, Omaha Catholic head volleyball coach, Renee Saunders. Remember, join the team, be a mentor, head to teammates.org to learn information about how you can get involved. We are coming right back here on Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 58. Tonight, a chance of showers and a continuing breeze with the low near 47. And tomorrow, a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with a high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. I am Ashton Honnor. Demo's crushing a speaking engagement tonight in Northeast Nebraska. So I have the pleasure of being joined by none other than Omaha Skutt Catholic head volleyball coach Renee Saunders. You were just dropping all the knowledge in that first segment, and I'm so excited to continue on with that in segment 2. Our theme tonight is commitment to students, which we talked about. You as a longtime coach and educator, you've made that your life's work. So for those of you just turning in, that's our theme tonight. As always, please go to teammates.org. Hit that button where it says become a mentor or donate. Please give the gift of your time. Again, teammates.org. Join the team. Be a mentor. So as we know, last week, it was a great week. Your kids played absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, lost in a 5-set thriller and finished runner-up to Norris. I was not at the game, which was the first time in...
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I will take that so your kids can feel better.
Totally kidding. But you know how superstitious I am.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there. I did watch a little bit of on TV. And I just want to say, as your friend, how incredibly proud I am of you, because you are the epitome of class and what it is to be a leader. And I watched a reporter asked you to comment on the weight of Skutt's championship streak that your players carried. And I think you spoke so beautifully about how your kids didn't know anything different because they were like 5 and 6 years old when this 11 consecutive state championship final appearance streak has started. So they didn't know anything different because of the success of the program that they inherited, and essentially how blessed they were to have that opportunity to play in that state championship game the last 11 years. And a couple of the quotes that were some of my absolute favorites that you said, especially because it relates to not only sports, but it also relates to life. And you said, all good things must come to an end and we can't do it forever. Sometimes sports are not always fair to you. Talk about that moment and being in the moment with your kids, because, you know, I played for John Larson at Lincoln Southeast. We won. We went to state all 4 years. We won the state championship my junior year. We lost in the finals my senior year. And I got chills when I watched that interview of you, because I'm like, that is like, it took me back those, what is it now, almost 20 years with Coach Larson, and all the comments that you said. I'm like, it's like I'm reliving history again. So talk about that moment. I know you've had to give that speech before.
Yeah, it was, it was different this time.
Yeah.
The last time was also after Norris beat us in 2014.
Yeah.
Where we came in the favorite, but had never been in a state title game before.
Mm-hmm.
And we played like we'd never been in a state title game before. And Norris played like they'd been there before. And, it was a little bit different then. This one was a little bit harder because the amount of the kids literally felt like they let me down. Like it was their fault. They let me down, all this. And I'm just like, you guys, you didn't let me down. Like, I have had the best season ever with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved every minute. I would not change this outcome to be with a different team or have a different season.
Right.
Like, I'm good with this. And I know that, they're shouldering the burden. And as an adult, I would rather shoulder the burden, right? Like, throw it on me, blame me. I'll take the blame. But you guys, you didn't go out there to try to lose. You played your hearts out. You did the best that you could do. But it took me until Monday, almost evening, to send my weekly email, because I just needed everything to kind of like settle and take some of the emotion out of it and just write an email with a clear head to the program. And I kind of likened it to climbing a mountain.
Okay.
So do you ever see villages or houses at 16,000 feet? No, never. Right. So every season to me is a mountain climb.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we reach the pinnacle of the mountain and we win and it's beautiful, but we have to come right back down because the air's pretty thin up there.
Right.
Okay. And we did that 9 straight years. And this year, obviously, made it to the top of the mountain. Didn't get the win, but we enjoyed the journey. The views were great. It was an awesome experience. But we had to come back down.
Yeah.
And some people would say we've been on top of the mountain for 9 years, but we'd be dead if that was the case.
Yeah.
But we're not meant to be up there that long.
Right.
And what we'd done is miraculous, unbelievable. It's something that probably won't be broken for a really long time. And I think that's something really special. And these kids don't understand it yet.
Yeah.
But I think they will. And as time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
I think they're slowly going to get past the part that they let us down, because they didn't. I thought they played really hard. The other team was just better.
Right.
And that's what sports do. They take your heart, they rip it out, they throw it on the ground, they stomp on it. And then us as crazy people wake up the next day, like, what are we going to go after next?
We want to do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. And I think that that's what sports is. And it mirrors life, because in life, you're not going to always, we all chase something in life, whether it's a spouse, a career, a team chasing a title, whatever it might be. We're always somehow chasing something if we're a competitive person who's trying to just keep getting better.
Right.
And so this is great. What happens the time where they don't get the job they want? They don't, they don't marry the person they thought they were going to marry, whatever, they can't have children or something. There's a lot of things in life that could be considered really, really bad. And this is going to be a great teacher for them in that moment, that it's not the end of the world. You're going to wake up the next day and we're going to start a new chase.
Yeah.
And that might look different for every single one of our kids, and the juniors probably look a little different than for the seniors.
Yeah.
But we're all going to start a new chase. I woke up and guess what? The sun did come up and 3 days later, I'm already starting to think about the next chase.
Yes.
It's just, we're kind of crazy as sports people.
So Demo and I, and then Aaron Davis, we talked about this too when AD was on the show. We talked about how athletes are wired differently. Grit, determination. Like, again, to your point of like sports, they're going to rip our hearts out and like smash all over it. But what are we going to do? We're going to get up the next day. I'm like, all right, let's do it again. Like, it's like the constant hunger, which Coach Ron Brown brought up that analogy. Oh gosh, that was almost a month ago now. And that hunger and that passion to keep going for that ultimate goal. And I really hope your student athletes are listening to this tonight, because I hope this makes them feel better. I have been in that losing position before. And at that young age, I mean, your mind is not fully developed yet. So you cannot process, like, it's like the end of the world to you. But then now, as an adult and you look back, like, that was one of the best things that could have ever happened to us as individuals, not as only as individuals, but as a team.
Right.
And that team family, because we experienced that together. I will always remember Coach Larson and Coach Paul Smith and all of those life lessons. But to your point, like, wins and losses at the end of the day, they don't matter. They don't matter. It's the people you meet, the opportunities, the fun you had as a team. Like, at the end of the day, that's what matters. And oh, by the way, you just happen to be pretty awesome athletically to get to that point. But again, to your point in that interview with that reporter, like, how incredibly blessed you are to have that opportunity. Because do you know how many people would kill to have that opportunity to be in, let alone just make state, and how big of a deal that is. But I'm so proud of you and that culture that you've created. That's like an expectation. Like, this is our culture. And I want to bring up, because I was on the Scott Catholic website, and I think your volleyball mission statement aligns perfectly with the theme of commitment to students, because you're in this mission statement, which I'm going to read. I inferred that is your commitment to preparing your student athletes for what we call the game of life. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I took this from the website.
It's correct.
Okay.
I checked it over. I would have
okay.
I would have let you know if you messed up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the Scott Catholic Volleyball mission statement, the mission of the volleyball program is to develop the most well-rounded student athletes who will be leaders in the community as well as on the court. The individuals in the program learn the benefits of teamwork, self-discipline, personal responsibility, setting high standards individually and as a team, and the joy of achievement. Like, in here, those are qualities of life, not just qualities for the game.
Well, I mean, that's our job, right? We're high school teachers and coaches. Our job is to like prepare them for the next level. It's not, this is not their end stop. Scott Catholic volleyball is not their end stop.
Right.
Some of them are going to play college ball. Some of them want to be doctors. They're going to face lots of ups and downs in their lives. And I think that you have to take the good with the good and know that sometimes there's going to be some bad, but it's not going to be the end of the world.
Right.
You know, it might be the worst day, worst moment in that, up to that moment in time. But these kids have a long life to live with a lot more fun adventures and things that could happen. But I think if we prepare them and hold them, go back to your success early on, and we have standards and we expect discipline and we have expectations and we're doing those things, then I would hope that they take those along with life. And the alumni that I've talked to, a lot of them go back and they thank me, for those things. And I'm totally not saying that to like boast, but
it's true though.
It makes me feel so good that Scott Catholic Volleyball has been a positive experience that has helped them with life. And it's something that everybody buys into. It's a culture that we all buy into, and we know we're not perfect. We make mistakes.
Right.
But hopefully we are helping shape young women to become great leaders in the future.
That makes my heart so happy to hear, because like I feel playing for John Larson, who is one of the all-time great girls basketball coaches in the state of Nebraska. And when there was 5 of us that made varsity as freshmen, and we're on varsity all 4 years, and you're walking in as a freshman scared to death because of this legend, and up to that point, he's won 8 championships.
The whole time I was in high school.
Yes. And then just like in those 4 years, how you talked about developing your players to be good humans, to be servant leaders, to the name on the front of the jersey means a heck of a lot more than the name on the back of that jersey. And so this mission statement, I'm just like, it excites me because it shows your commitment to your student athletes, not just for their 4 years that they're here at Scott Catholic, but in the years post high school, because like you said, they're going places, they're going to be end of this. High school is just a blip on the radar, but this experience that you've afforded those kids to be a part of your program is something that they will always carry with them.
That's the hope, right? Is to instill some things and some qualities and some little tidbits of life information that maybe isn't useful in high school, but maybe is later on in life. And
right.
I love all the relationships I've had with my kids. I think they're phenomenal human beings. We're kind of all cut from the same cloth a little bit. We're all very competitive, high achievers. So, we have that in common. So I think it's almost more important that those that maybe aren't the best player or aren't, the D1 kid, that we're also inspiring those kids to be great as well. So obviously it's easy to inspire the high achiever, but can we inspire maybe the not high achiever, maybe the 10th kid on the freshman team? Can we inspire those kids as well? Because obviously I spend my most time with varsity.
Right.
But I'm also a teacher, so I'm at school all day.
Yes.
And so I do spend a lot of time with the freshmen, the reserve, and the JV, going to practices, checking in with those kids as well. So I'm hoping that we can inspire them as well.
And not only that, but in the summertime, talk about like all the different, like you were on like Tour Day Nebraska every summer. And I'm like, I don't know how she has time for this.
Slots are filling already. Look out.
Yeah, I believe it.
I love it. Remember how I talked about how we like share with each other, correct? And I feel like, when I turned 40, I made a commitment that I would start giving back to the game. Whether it was speaking, doing coaches clinics, doing camps, whatever it is, and that I would get back to the game because it's been so good to me.
Right.
And I've had so many great mentors in my life as a coach that I feel like I owe it to these younger coaches to help them if I can. Maybe I'm not the right fit for them. Maybe I'm crazy sometimes, but my goal is to hopefully help coaches become better coaches as well. Cause I love that we're a successful program, but that doesn't mean I don't want other teams to be successful as well. And so I think going out and going to these small towns, seeing these different communities, getting in the gyms and learning like I learned from them as well. Like I've learned all about cows and everything. It's a fun experience. I absolutely love it.
All right. Well, again, that segment flew by. We're about to ready to wrap up the show in the next segment, but don't go away. Still a couple more awesome things we want to talk about. Again, commitment to students. Help us with that commitment. Go to teammates.org to learn how you can get involved, donate, become a mentor, give the gift of your time. We're coming right back. Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
You have a big investment in your farming operation. Let Landmark Implement help you get the most out of your equipment by investing in pre-season service inspections. Let our John Deere trained and certified technicians provide you with a complete list of repairs that will help your equipment perform better and deliver maximum performance. At Landmark, buy 3 equipment service inspections and get the 4th free. Contact your local Landmark service manager for details and experience the Landmark difference.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Sartor Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout on 93.7 The Ticket with Demo and Ash. Demo's rocking that speaking engagement tonight in Northeast Nebraska, and I have the pleasure of being joined by Scott Catholic volleyball head coach, Renee Saunders, who has been with us this entire show. Again, thank you so much for being here. Everything you've been talking about today, I'm like, I knew right away when I knew our theme was commitment to students, you were my person that I wanted. So again, thank you for being here. We only have a few minutes left of the show. Again, for those of you listening, commitment to students, and we need your commitment to help become a mentor. Go to teammates.org to learn more about how you can get involved, either giving the gift of your time through mentoring or donating as well. So I have two final questions. We'll see how long which one takes. But as a coach, how do you light that fire in your players to be committed to each other, the team, the program, the community, which ultimately teaches them about the value of commitment, which will serve them long past their playing days are over?
The secret to buy-in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a way, because I could use this exact same formula and go somewhere else and not have buy-in.
Right.
I think I mentioned earlier that my kids and I are kind of cut from the same cloth. Scott Catholic aligns obviously in faith and everything else with me, but it also aligns in terms of their attention to detail and their culture of excellence and what they want the kids to really get out of school and sports. And so I think when you have a school that aligns with you and then you have a bunch of kids that align with you, the buy-in side's a lot easier. Obviously it took a little bit of a time to get going at the beginning because I was different. I was new. I hadn't won any games. I definitely hadn't won a state championship. I hadn't even been to state. And so I had to get a little street cred. And I felt like just being me was how I got my street cred. You know, just it helped that I was a Husker, but I try not to use that to my advantage. But but I think the kid's like, oh, she's a national champion. Oh, she played at Nebraska. Oh, she must know something. And so that helped a little bit. And then about 3 or 4 years in, I got a really good class that was 100% all culture.
Yes.
And that was when the true shift, the dial like went from maybe to yes on the buy-in. And we don't have 100% buy-in every single year.
Right.
But I think our pattern of success and our expectations and the standards that we have, they compound a little bit. And so the kids that are coming are looking for that. And so it's our job to make sure that we're giving them what they're coming there for.
Right.
And so it's almost like an accountability thing, but it goes the opposite direction. I don't want to let the kids down and they don't want to let me down.
Right.
But we both want to achieve together.
Yeah.
And sometimes we achieve together and sometimes we fail together, but either way, we do it as a team. And so I think that unit and that camaraderie really helps with the buy-in side of it. And then things just get passed on year to year. Opening it up and letting the kids have a little bit of say in different things in the program also helps a lot because it shows that I trust them. And I think it's really important that kids know that you trust them.
Absolutely. You have made, as we talked about earlier, you've made commitment to students like your life's work through being an educator. Through being an educator and a coach. Tell us why you chose teaching and coaching as your profession.
Because this is silly, but there is nothing makes me more happy than inspiring a kid to do something they didn't think they could do. So I gave you the example earlier of, maybe we are playing wiffle ball and a girl comes up, has no idea how to hold a bat or hit a ball.
And you're a PE teacher.
And I'm a PE teacher.
Yep.
I live in a gym and I love it. I picked the perfect profession for me. But say we're playing wiffle ball and they've never swung a bat before and they don't want to do it. But then you show them success and they hit it for the first time and their eyes light up.
Yeah.
And then you have a different relationship with that kid. Or maybe we're playing a game and they're not very good at the beginning, but they get better as it goes. And now they're like, ooh, can we play that again? Like that makes my heart so happy. And so when I see same thing in sports, that we can challenge and push and I always say dangle the carrot, where we want to make it hard enough that it's achievable, but challenging.
You got to work for it.
You got to work for it. If it's just given to you, it's just really not, to me, it's not worth it if you don't work for it.
Right.
Win or lose, it's not really worth it if it wasn't a battle, if it wasn't something you had to work for. I think too often we give things away too easily.
Yeah.
And I think that our culture at Scott is that you have to work for things. Doesn't guarantee you're going to get it, but we're going to work as hard as we can. And hopefully the chips fall as they may. But, you kind of dangle that carrot and then you see as they start to achieve the confidence building. And I think that is literally the best part about my job is seeing that inspiration in kids and the smile on their faces when they achieve things. And I mean, simple. things.
Yeah.
Not state championships. Simple things.
Yes. I mean, you're just an incredible human being on top of being a successful coach. What is one piece of advice for maybe our listeners who, they're looking to become a mentor? And I mean, that's kind of like your life's work is mentoring. And it's a simple, easy process. Go to teammates.org, click that button that says become a mentor. But what is one piece of advice that you would have for the listeners?
I think they have to be authentic to who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to find ways to inspire
Mm-hmm.
kids to maybe go out of their comfort zone a little bit, try some new things, get involved in different sports activities, read a new book, try a different math problem, whatever it is they might need or help from you. I think the mentor's job is to inspire the child to want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
help them get better at it so that when you're gone, they're doing it on their own.
Right. No, that's incredible. Oh,
the end.
That took us all the way up to the time, my friend. You, like I said, you are the epitome of class and an incredible leader. I'm so proud of you. I know this was an incredible season. I know it was hard, but I'm proud of you. I really appreciate you being here tonight. It means the world to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Again, folks, we're back here next week for Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. Go to teammates.org for more information about how you can get involved. Join the team, be a mentor.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and